So hi, my name is Cujo. I think a big theme for me this week has been intention. I originally wanted to sit down and just talk about my intention with video games, like how I shifted from just playing video games passively and spending so much time with them without having any particular reason why I was playing the game, to where now I make videos alongside the games that I'm playing. So when I'm playing a game, I kind of have like this video or ideas that I want to make alongside the game that I'm playing. There's intentionality to the game that I end up playing. But I think intention makes a huge difference on the steps that you decide to take towards life. Like at the end of the day, when I'm playing a game, I'm still just playing a video game, but now the context is different. Like the reason why I'm playing the game is completely different. Therefore, the end result of me playing this game ends up being a completely different thing than when I played it before. And this is something that I think people like me in the past have struggled with too, where I would spend just a lot of time, like 3, 4, 5 hours playing like a roguelike or something procedurally generated or a multiplayer type of game where there's not much of that time spent being mindful. Like it's almost kind of vegging out is how I would describe it. And there's no like getting better at the game. There's no real intentionality to what you're doing. It's just kind of to spend time letting your brain decompress, which is what I'm going to get to, because I think it's super important to decompress through the stresses of the day. But for me, like, it just ended up being a thing of where I was trying to dodge responsibility, and I would end up just gaming for an extreme amount of time, to where now my intention with the game is I actually want to provide content for this channel, and it is a way for me to decompress. So it's like a win-win, but I give myself like a time block to play the game, and it's just enough to where I can have fun with it, feel passion for it, but not go into like a zombie state where I end up playing for like 6 hours. But I think your intention with anything is just so important. Like, I think a lot of the time, like, even if you're not conscious immediately of your intention, then it's even blind to you. Like, you think you're doing something for one reason when actually you're doing it for another. Like, I remember I used to, when I was younger, and probably still do, I do struggle with this in some ways, but like, say when I was younger, I would get feelings for a girl, and a girl just wanted to be a friend, and I would like convince myself, oh yeah, I do want to be this person's friend. But like, I don't acknowledge the feelings, and I'm like, yeah, I do want to be this person's friend, but there's like an underlying attraction, and it affects my behavior, and I end up treating the person differently than I would actually be treating like one of my true authentic friends. Like maybe I flirt more or something, but I'm not conscious of it. Like I think actually, hey, I am just trying to be your friend. I mean, there's so much complexity to that, but I think that that's something that really you should find within yourself and you should discuss with yourself, is intention, like what your intention is with doing something. Because I think a lot of the time we end up pursuing things like to numb our feelings, like drugs or alcohol or video games or movies or just addictions of all kinds, when in actuality, if we can just be honest about our intentions, we don't have to react to the feelings we get or try to suppress them. In fact, we can work with them and say, this is how I'm feeling, but this is actually what I want. So how can I move towards what I want while also navigating my own emotions, making sure that my emotions are met? Like if I'm sad about something, then I give myself space to be sad about that thing that I'm sad about, and have a bunch of compassion for myself and not overthink that. I live in the West, and I think a lot of people around me try to escape their circumstance. What makes me think of this is I'm going on a trip here soon, and I think some of the people around me use it as an escape from their life, to take a break from their life, when something about the statement doesn't sit with me the right way, in terms of the idea being like, I want to create a life for myself that I don't want to escape from, that I want to be present with every day, that I love being every day, and that it actually kind of hurts me to leave. So like for me, I'm going on this trip. It's a trip to Greece. I'm really excited for it. But the intention with it is I'm still doing the work that I'm doing here. I'm just taking it with me, and I'm focused on the thing that I'm trying to provide to the world, which is my own insights, my own experience, in an attempt to help other people. And I'm hoping that this trip gives me more perspective on that and more value that I can provide to my fellow human. But my intention is not to run away from my day job or the YouTube stuff or like music or anything like that. I want this trip to be adding to that. In fact, I probably will be thinking about all this stuff while I'm there, even more than I already am. The funny thing is, like, me and these people, we're doing the same thing. We're going on the same trip. It's just what we end up taking away and what we getting from it is going to be completely different, all because of intention. I try to be as brutally honest with myself as I can when it comes to things in a compassionate, sincere way. That way I'm able to communicate my intentions with people and be present with people and not try to like pull wool over their eyes or do just weird wolf in sheep's clothing type of things. And I think that intention has just made my relationships way more simple and not as complex as they have to be when you operate under a different mindset. I mean, that's kind of what's made this YouTube channel too, is my intention was always to capture who I am as a person, not really to get views or really to like create this crazy brand. I think the brand is me, and I'm trying to build myself in an online way, I guess, but like it's still me, and I'm always, no matter what happens, like I always just want that to show through whatever I make, in music, in videos, in the way that I am with people, and just the way that I live. And I think if you're to do anything, your intention, I'm not going to tell you what your intention should be, but if you want well-being, what I think has worked for me is I've always chased things that have felt good to me, that I love doing, and not really the results or the goals that I meet. Like I just love sitting in front of the mic and just talking, or just making music. Like I love being at home, I love playing video games, I love writing. In fact, I would love to talk about video games more. I need to sit down and actually make more videos on the games that I like, because I think there's so much value in games like Silent Hill or Metal Gear Solid or Zelda, like all these games that I spent time with as a kid. I ended up taking a lot more value from than I think the people above me could see. And I try to see that with the younger generation. It just seems to be kind of like a golden era. Like, I think TikTok, I think there is a silver lining to like short form content, but the intention seems to take advantage of people's attention. And I don't like that. For me, my intention is I don't want to take your attention and waste your time. I want to give you what's on my mind, what I've been thinking about throughout the week, in hopes that it helps the people around me or the person that's watching this. I mean, if you struggle with your intentions, I think philosophy is a good thing to read. I think psychology books or videos are a good thing to spend your time with, or just reading or learning in general is just really healthy for the mind. But I intend to give you more game stuff, or like breakdowns of games, to try to give you more value for why these games are so important. I mean, there's a plethora of people on YouTube that have already done this, so I probably don't have to explain to you otherwise. But yeah, I think after just watching this, I would ask yourself, what is my intention with watching this? What is my intention with my day? What is my intention with playing this game right now? Is it to unwind, or is it to avoid something? Is my intention with taking this bath to relax, or to numb pain, or to avoid something? And I think if you can just be as honest with yourself about things, then you become a whole person. You can understand yourself and then make decisions that is going to be a win-win for all aspects of yourself. So yeah, this one's pretty off the cusp. I don't want to take anything from anybody. Like, I don't want to take advantage of people's time or money or energy, and I just want to give you the most value that I can. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I'm going to head out to Greece next week. I'm going to try to keep up with my upload schedule. I might miss a week or two, but I'm going to do a lot of writing, and hopefully I can come back and record some of that writing and provide it to you guys. Eventually I would love to write a book. That would just be quite the project, and I'm not sure what I would make an entire book about yet. So I guess we'll see what I end up doing. But yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch this. Hopefully it makes you think about your own intentions with what you're doing and your process or your routine, what each thing in the routine is an intention towards. Hopefully it would be something that just contributes to your well-being overall. So thank you for taking the time to listen to this. I love you, and goodbye now.